Now I want us to look at marriage as a spiritual battlefield. I want to skip a few things. Just bearing in mind, you now understand the purpose of marriage and you know there's no backup plan. Is that okay? There's no backup plan. We exist because of this institution, which must be handled with a very high degree of significance because it has eternal interests. There will be no marriage in heaven, but it is what is taking us to heaven. All of us are coming from families, is it? Yeah, all of us. Its purpose will end here because it will not continue in heaven, but it is what takes us there. So usiseme ati Mungu sasa mimi ninaumwa nikikuwa mbinguni sitaona bwana yangu. Ai. Uka hakuna bwana, kuna bibi. Taonana tu kama wote watoto wa nani? Ati Mungu lazima room yangu tushare na bwana yangu. Changa. Kwa kila mtu wako solo. Paka watoto. There's something Dr. Pap Jugimpi says, and I like it. He's so sure about his eternal life. And he says that he has told his family members, if they go to heaven and they don't see him there, if they go to heaven and they don't see him there, they must be assured they're in the wrong place. They are not in heaven. Walipotea. I wanted to say something, but I noticed it will take another 20 minutes. Let me leave it. And so we can't talk about heaven without marriage and family. Occupation in heaven is made possible by marriage and family. Don't misquote me. The fact that you're not married doesn't mean you will not go to heaven. You already exist within a family setup, is it? Yeah. And probably at times you're not married, but you're raising a what? A family. That family, God is dependent on. And so redemption comes in as an intervention to save God's plan of repopulating heaven. The devil has sworn to thwart this plan, but God has protected it from the time marriage and family was instituted in heaven. Understand this. The devil is not interested in your career. He's not interested in your education. He's not interested in your health, in your finances, as he is interested in your marriage and family. All these others are just side shows, but what he's interested in is that institution. And all these others, he uses them to distract you from the real war. So when you're fighting a war on finances, the issue is not finances. The issue is to disrupt your family. When you begin arguments, whether you want to continue and leave your children with your husband to pursue your PhD in America, you found a scholarship and you have 4 children ranging between 3 years and 9 years, and you're telling your husband, it's an opportunity I cannot slide. I must go to America for 4 years. Alafu nawacha bwana na watoto miaka 4. Hata utaki kujua. Wewe umeenda USA, mpata greener pastures. Alafu naacha jamaa hapa anafaa kuvumilia miaka 4. Kama tu ya kubeba mimba ndio wanang'ang'ana na hii tu ya period ya kubeba mimba tu. Hiyo dry spell wanang'ang'ana na. Anakuangalia tu mpaka uzae, ukizaa na kuuliza bado. Na wewe sasa unasema miaka ngapi? I have dreams to pursue. I have my individuality. I mean, I must build my career. Na ukikuwa uko ng'ambo usikie alioa. Pastor Elizabeth, I have a problem. And I tell you, where are we solving the problem from? Are we solving it when you're still there or when you're here? At times you have to weigh. You have to weigh between your career and your family and marriage. At times you even have to weigh between your finances and your marriage. A woman came and told me, Pastor, both my husband and I are not employed. Sisi wote ni watu wa jua kali. Mimi nauza mitumba. Yeye anafanya hizi vitu za computer, repair, hizo vitu. Lakini akona akili ya farming, agriculture. So aliniambia kuna shamba ameona uko Masaini, anataka tuende to lease. Hakuwa na pesa, nikampea. Tukaenda naye ikalimwa. Acres, si eka kidogo. Acres ya maana. Nilikuambia jana, wachana na nywele, weka hiyo pesa kwa shamba. Itakuzalia pesa ya nywele yenye itaisha. Alafu imefika saa ya kupanda. Kuna pesa. Ananiambia, Pastor, niko na savings. Ameniambia nimpe. Mimi sioni nikimpea. Mimi naona nina lose savings zangu. Mimi ndo nilitoa pesa ya kulease na ya kulima. Sasa ananiambia, jamani, saa ya kupanda inapita. Hii vitu itakuwa na ni sisi tutauza na itatuletea pesa mingi zaidi ya hiyo yenye umetoa. Bibi anaona pana, anaona ni kama anataka kurambwa. It is causing tension in their home. Serious tension. So I told her, listen mama, mambo ni mangapi? Mawili. Uchague ndoa yako ama uchague pesa ya? Afadhali pesa ifanye nini? Ipotee, tutatengeneza ingine. Kulipo kupoteza ndoa yako. So some of these pressures of life just attack your home. Stay focused. Weigh and see which one you're willing to lose. Sikanyagilie. Timbaka niende shule. Bwana anaingia kwa nyumba kabla yako. Saa 3 ameingia. Wewe ndio unatoka evening class saa 5. Najua nataka mtuongezewe mshahara. Hii mshahara itatusaidia. Watoto hata wajui mama yao. Some of these things we've got to weigh. Else hapa mbele, you will regret. You will regret those decisions. When you're now raising a family that is strange to you. Don't know your children. They don't know you. They don't know God. They hate you. Now you have your PhD, you have your promotion, but your children, you have lost them. Your spouse, you have lost them. There's a great controversy going on between God and Satan over this institution because it is God's plan for replacement of Satan and a third of the angels. The devil also must contend because he can no longer be received into heaven and there's no possibility of his being reinstated in the favor of God. That war rages. And so you are taking his place. You are his rival. And so he must manifest his malice with increased hatred and fiery vehemence. This guy is not your friend. That technically renders marriage and family a spiritual battlefield. It's not about saying I do. Marriage is not those ceremonies I see here. See, and people brag how they had a white wedding. I had a white wedding. Did it help you now that your marriage is black? And they pumped in a lot of money. And they wedded to show off. There's a competition in our church. Harusi ya nani ilikuwa hivi, ya nani ilikuwa hivi. And the people incite you. And everyone puts in their best. But they have no knowledge, they have no wisdom, they have no understanding on the institution they're getting into. They are out to exaggerate it. There is extravagance in it. And they're in a competition. With all fleet of vehicles. Photoshoot peke yake ni 70,000. Yani mko tu serious. Photoshoot peke yake 70,000. Photoshoot. Alafu tukikuja kwako utapata umehang tu photo moja. Hata mwenye anataka kukuuliza wapi zingine hakuna. Ati I'm keeping memories. Keki peke yake immaculate keki ni pesa ngapi peke? Keki peke yake 60. Keki tu. Tumefika 130. Keki na photoshoot. Venue. Bado. Alafu kuna venue plus decoration. Na kuna entertainment. MC 20K. Na kazi anafanya pale hata sio important. Ni ya kuwaonesha venye mna dance mkiingia. DJ achilia hapo. Yani unashangaa Yesu sasa hiyo ako tu na nyinyi. DJ achilia hapo. Sasa weka hiyo niko single. Hapana. Mnafanya hivi. MC peke yake ni 20K. Simama hapo. DJ, anza. Sen. Hey. Ukiona wa SDA wenye wameshika hizo wimbo, unashangaa. Hizo wimbo sio za wa SDA, ni aje wamezishika. Alafu sasa reality dawns. Now people must go to the house and stay. Zero knowledge. Zero. They didn't even want to invest in the knowledge. They didn't want to invest in the knowledge. Someone asked me, Pastor, do you do counseling? I said, yes. How much a session? I said, we have 20 sessions. How much a session? I said, 2,000. They said, no, that is expensive. Nakapiga 2 times 20, 40. Akaniuliza, Pastor, can't you reconsider? I asked him, how much is your cake? Your food alone is up to 350,000. So you choose whether you want to invest in your wedding or you want to invest in your marriage. Choose. You either invest in your wedding or invest in your what? So if you invest in your wedding, you move into marriage, zero, blank, no knowledge. And when you see the kind of clothes they have put on, you look at it and say, hey God, na makeup, omepaka porcelain. Do you know what that makeup is? Your dust. Do you know what it is? Go Google and see how it is made. Porcelain. Iya kutumia kutengeneza ceramics. Do you know ceramics? Yes. Hiyo vumbi. Hiyo ndio unapaka ati ndio uonekane light skinned kidogo. Ya kutudanganya ati hey, ako soft. Na saba tutakuja hapa. Wewe wa kila siku. Mpaka tunakuangalia tunasema ni yeye. Saa ingine mnatuchocha. Saa ingine Mnatubadilisha wajinga sana. Na unajua hiyo pesa hata sio yake. Hiyo pesa ni yetu hapa yenye tumechanga. Tumechanga pesa yetu upake porcelain. Vumbi ya kutengeneza ceramics. Na tunguo tuko sijui aje. Wako uchi. Wamekuja mbele ya Mungu uchi. Na uongei. Kuna shida. Nione mahali utafika. For you to win this battle, you must understand how things operate in the realm of the spirit. Because it's not fought in the physical realm. It's fought in the spiritual realm. Quickly, three things I want you to understand. One, understand that the physical realm exists. The spiritual realm also does what? Exists. Hiyo kuwa nayo kwa kichwa leo. God exists, true or false? The devil exists, true or false? Holy angels exist, true or false? What about fallen angels? We cannot see these beings, can you? Can you see them? We can't. Why? Because they are spirit beings. They exist in the realm of the spirit. But they can see us. And we can see each other. Me and you, we can see each other. And then they can see us. Because we exist in the physical realm. That's why you see me, I see you. But we can't see them. But then they do what? They see us. Romans 1:20, Paul says, for since the creation of the world, his invisible attributes are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made. We have invisible attributes of God that you can see in the things that are what? Are made. So when you see the things that are made, you can see those that are invisible. Is invisible attributes. You can clearly tell these things didn't just come into existence on their own. There's a power behind them. The things that are made, the physical things that you can see, are manifestations of the things that we can't see. And that should deepen your understanding in the existence of the spiritual and the physical realm. Understand that today. I'm not teaching something new. I'm teaching something that is in our church, but we have refused to talk about it. We have just deliberately refused to talk about it. And so our members are in warfare, but they don't know how to handle the war. Number two, understand that the two realms coexist. Hebrews 1:13-14. But to which of the angels has he ever said, who? God, has he ever said, sit at my right hand till I make your enemies your footstool? Are they not all ministering spirits sent forth to minister for those who will inherit salvation? That statement is being quoted from Psalm chapter 10. Chapter 110, verse 1, if I'm not wrong. And it is a statement made about Christ. But for the rest of the angels, they are ministering spirits sent to minister to us. He's saying, which of the angels has he said, sit at my right hand? It is only who? Christ. But for the rest, he's saying they're what? Ministering angels sent forth to minister for our salvation. That clearly tells you there's a connection between the physical realm and the spiritual, because angels minister to us. Get these things clearly, because tomorrow it might sound complicated, but tomorrow is powerful. The connection, the book Truth About Angels, page 9, paragraph 1. The connection of the visible with the invisible world the ministration of angels of God, and the agency of evil spirits are plainly revealed in the scriptures and inseparably interwoven with the human history. You cannot separate. So these two realms, we exist in the physical realm, they exist in the spiritual. You cannot separate them. So we coexist. Even right now, God is here, is it? But can you see him? You can't. Agents of the devil are here, but can you see them? You can't. And at times you sit in a church and you see people are sleeping. I would tell you, it's not that they didn't sleep in the night. The evil agency is at what? At work. Or at times, children just cry and are restless. The evil agency is at work in the house of God. And that is why anytime we come to church, let's begin by a worship service of confession. And ask God to take captive of the services of the day. But people just come and they begin, happy Sabbath, happy day, how was your week? Seated with agents of the devil. At times they're just sent to interfere with the preacher. Disrupt the preacher completely. They are on an assignment. And some will tell you, from experiences I've had, tell you there are times you go to a preacher, these are now human agents working for the devil. They'll tell you, utieno utapata amezungukwa na moto, huwezi mfikia karibu. But because it's an assignment they have been given, it attracts punishment on their side. They were not able to complete the assignment. They are there. Friends, at times we come to these churches, we preach. The church is so heavy, you can feel it in your spirit. And we struggle here. So when I tell you my voice is gone, it's not Homer. Today is okay, don't you think so? If it was Homer now, where's Homer gone? We fight serious battles out here. At times you want to wake up and study. Your whole body is just sick. But you're not sick. Because they know you're going for warfare in the evening. And they must disrupt you. If they cannot disrupt you before you come, they must disrupt you when you come. But we are not afraid because even God is here. So you must be aware of all these things. Don't live like you're here with your husband, two people. The devil is king on your marriage. The devil is not happy that your husband says, hey, Lisa, how did you wake up? You think the devil is smiling? And your husband can call you in the course of the day and say, I just thought about you. How are you faring on? In the course of the and you think the devil is smiling? Just this statement, your husband tells you, I love you. You think the devil is smiling? He's not. He loves it when your love is so cold. So cold, liko I see you. So cold. Mulianza, babe, babe, babe. Honey, honey. Hata Sara alikuwa anaita bwana yake, my lord. Siku hizo wamama wa siku hizi. Hey. Ne jagem ano kibikelo na. Ito jagem. Jakanjera. Sara alikuwa anasema, my lord. Sisi. Tulifika wapi? Point number 3, which is the last one. Number 1, I've said understand the physical and the spiritual realms exist. Number 2, I've said understand they co-exist. Number 3, I want us to understand how they relate, how they work. Understand this. What you see in the physical, what you see in the physical is a manifestation of what is in the spiritual. Understand that as you fight this warfare. So when you see war in your house, it didn't begin, you're only seeing its manifestation, but it was cooked and concocted where? in the spiritual realm. Things are first completed in the spiritual realm before they manifest in the physical realm. I'm going so slowly. And again, I'm saying that so that tomorrow you don't lose me or I don't lose you. Things are first completed in the realm of the spirit before they manifest in the realm of the physical. By the time you're seeing it in the physical, it has already been completed in the realm of the spiritual. I'm saying the same statement in different words so that you understand. And so you can never detach the physical realm from the spiritual realm, because the spiritual realm precedes the physical realm. It must be completed in the spiritual realm before it manifests in the physical realm. There's a discussion twice in the realm of the spirit between God and Satan. Twice they had a discussion. And they reached an agreement about Job. And God permits the devil to torment Job. Where was that discussion? Where was that discussion? In Job's house, don't you? Where was the discussion? When they're saying, oh, where are you coming from? Say, I was just roaming to and what? And fro. Nimejipata hata mimi hapa. Umeita watoto wako hata mimi nimejipata. Have you considered my servant who? Job. Is that discussion in Job's house? Which realm? Physical or spiritual? Because these are spirit beings engaging. And the agreement is, I permit you to go and torment him. So when Job sees cancer, where did the cancer begin? Where? Spirit realm. I'm not saying Job had cancer. Now you'll go on TikTok and say the Adventist preacher said Job had cancer. Kuna vitu zingine mnafanya hapa nje. When Job loses all his children, where did the discussion begin? It was already completed in the spirit. And now it manifests in the physical realm. And we see the manifestation of that discussion in the calamities that Job went through. He lost his health. He lost his wealth. He lost his children. He lost his status. He was the richest of his time. He lost. And so when such things happen to us today, we fail to see their connection with the activities of the spiritual realm, such that when they present in your marriage and family, we refuse to look at it and handle it from a spiritual perspective. So when you see your husband, who was just fine, starting to hunt down young women, it didn't start. It's already completed. Where? The realm of the discussion was done in the world of darkness. Say, if we must get this guy we can only get them or get him when we introduce women to him. So when I have discussions about polygamy and strange women and mistresses and mipango ya kando, those are wives introduced to our husbands, not by God. By who? The devil. They become agents of the devil to destroy your family, You don't entertain them. There is no mediation that can bring you together. How do you accept mzigo ya shetani? Amefunga, amepanga tu huko chini na mapepo yote. Kasema ndio tupate huyu Seth, wata tuchukue ule youth anaimba alto ule. Tufunge vizuri tumpate. Alafu wanazaa mtoto. Alafu wanaambia Immaculate, eti mkubali tu. Mzigo ya shetani unakubali aje? Kitu yenye Mungu hajafunga peke yake. Mungu kitu yenye imetengenezwa na mapepo, ikaundiwa bwana yako, ikaletwa. Sasa unaambiwa ufanye nini? Tunaingiaje hiyo? Sasa hiyo kitu hata unaambia Mungu atoe, sababu si Mungu alileta. Ambia Jachien, chukua tu vitu yako. Hamana. Mungu sio wewe ulifanya nini? Hii kitu sio Mungu alileta. Wewe ndio ulileta. Beba tu pole, rudisha mahali ulifanya nini? Kuna maombi mengine atusumbui Mungu. Ambia tu shetani, naona vile unakuja. Nishakucheki. Hiyo mzigo unaleta hiyo. Hapa kwangu haitafanya nini? Haitaka. Hapa kwangu. Na sio kukaa physically, inaweza kaa physically. Inaweza kuja na ikae physically. Na hata tukajua iko wanawake watatu ama wawili. Tutaanza vita ya spiritual, haitakalika. Tahama one by one. Because it is the devil sustaining it. Ukishamwekea moto ya mbinguni mzuri, anahama na virago ya. Iko vitu sikufanya ulie usiku. Pastor, sasa nimegundua hako na mtu na wako na watoto watatu. Hakuniambia nifanye nini, nitoke? Unaenda wapi? Yaani uhame boma yako, uachie shetani ailete mzigo ingine. The Bible says resist the devil and he will do what? Will flee. You don't give the devil your space. Yaani ni kama uchukue vitu yako uambie shetani ndio hiyo, hata mimi nimefanya nini? Nimekuwa. Na tena unasema hivyo ati kwa sababu uko na pride. Me with my money and my job and my career and mimi to share mwanaume. You're not sharing. Who told you you're sharing? We are not there to share. It is unshareable. And I will not leave him to you. I'll just make your life difficult. And I know how to make it difficult. Uko kwa realm ya spirit, uko penye ulitengeneza. Hapo ndio hata mimi ninaenda kutengeneza yangu. Hapo. You don't need to fight. Don't need. And so we focus on the physical and fight in the wrong realm. That is not where you don't fight your battles in the physical, because that is not where they began. Fight where they begin, where they are concocted. The physical is not where we fight. We are unable to look beyond the adulterous and irresponsible spouse. We are unable to look beyond the drinking problem. We are unable to look beyond the wayward child. We focus on what we can see in the physical, not knowing that what you're seeing was actually cooked and completed in the realm of the spirit. And so you need to shift your battle from the physical realm and move it into the spiritual realm where the real battle is. Every time you want to focus in the physical, you will lose the battle, because you're dealing with a spouse, with a child who's actuated by the powers of darkness. They are under the influence of dark forces, and you're not armed with the powers of heaven, which is the only thing that you can deal, which is the only thing that can deal with the forces of evil. So the devil concocts war one. War one is your health. Okay? And then it manifests in the physical, and you have diseases now. Okay? And you focus on the physical warfare here. As you focus here on the physical, he's concocting war. War 2 is now your what? Your children, like he did to Job. He concocts war 2 children, and then akimaliza, it manifests. So you are sick, terribly sick, and your children are also wayward. You're still fighting in the physical. He mounts another one, war 3. You lose your job. So your children can't go to school. You also cannot go to hospital. So you have no money. It manifests here. Because your focus is on the physical. The day you will learn to move from here and penetrate to this place where the actual food is concocted, you have victory over the devil. You must learn to penetrate the realm of the spirit. That is where you rubbish the work of the devil before it manifests physical. And you can always see signs as it's coming. You can see them. Nothing just happens. Nothing. Even an adulterous man doesn't just happen. It starts and you can sense it, is it? Yeah, you can sense it. You can see some signs. You can. He always comes back at 9. Anaanza 9:30. Bana ulikuwa wapi leo, tumekaa jam 10. Kwani kumeendaje? Jam tu 11. 12. So you have refused to move from the physical realm of confrontations, arguments, fights. Ikitoka kwa lateness, inaingia pesa. Alikuwa anafanya shopping ya 10,000. Sasa anafanya shopping ya 1000 ngapi? 5. Sababu lazima 5 iende ile nyumba ingine. 5. Nothing just happens. You see the signs. Pesa unapewa na wake wengine. Umepata sasa msichana. You're fighting. Come here. Come here. Come here. Because the next thing after shopping, it will be a child. Will be born. Before that child is born, kill that plan in the spirit realm. Kill it. It will never manifest. But because you've wasted your time on the other side and given the devil chance here to concoct, toka huko, ingia hapa. Tupambane na wewe hapa. Tuone kama hiyo chakula unapika itaiva. We see if it will see the light of day. It will never. And I'm not saying it's too late. It's never too late. Doesn't matter how far your family has gone right now. We can still penetrate the realm of the spirit, because the devil is not yet done with it. The devil is only done with it when he sees you have died. Your husband has died. He knows you have died on the wrong side. It's not too late. Never walk out on your marriage. Don't hand the devil your marriage like this because of pride. You feel, no, this is not for me. If I fight for it, he will think I'm desperate. Me, I'm not desperate. Me, I'm not desperate, imagine. He can go. I can move on. Sikia hiyo kizungu ya watu wa Nairobi. I can move on. I have moved on. Mimi story ya majamaa sitaki. Sitaki hata kusikia. Mpatie tu miaka 2, ako na jamaa mwingine. In this thing we don't move on. In this thing we move forward. There's a difference between moving on and moving forward. In this thing we move forward. When those things begin to happen, we shut our ears to it. And we are not panicking. It's not my battle. I must move forward with life. I will continue to be the woman and the wife I was meant to be. I will continue to progress and prosper. No matter, nothing will stop in my life. And the devil feels like you're not shaken. Ni aje namweke na hata sikumiki. Immovable. And he flees. But the way I see you guys, kitu kidogo tu. Mi utaniletea stress. Mi utaniletea stress. Stress ya wamama mimi siwezi handle. Twende tu tufanye divorce. Tumaliza na wewe. We can co-parent. And the rate of divorce in this church is so high. So high. Because we can't fight. Shtuliwa tu kidogo hivi divorce. Kidogo tu hivi separation. Kidogo tu hivi elders wote wanajua. Elders, ongeni na mzee wangu. Ongeni na mzee wangu. Yani elders unaleta elders hawatakusaidia. Tena unangoja wakati tumemaliza maombi hivi tunaenda hivi hapa hivi ndani tunataka kuomba ushaingia. Ati sister nani, I want to talk to the preacher. Basi tuombe alafu tukuache na preacher. Yaani we kila preacher anakujanga anajua tu story yako. Hata sijiulize hapa preachers 20 wamekuja this year. Bado shida yako haijakuwa sorted out. Wacha nikupatie namba yake uongee na yeye. Anaweza mimi sasa naongeaje na bwana yako mwenye sijawahi kutana naye? Aje sasa. Tunaanza aje? Atakuambia hiyo story wewe ulitoa wapi? Alafu akwambia huyo mama anakudanga? Hiyo story inaishia hapo. Your victory lies solely in fighting this battle in the spiritual realm. That is where you shut down the activities being planned and completed in the spiritual realm before they manifest in the physical realm. So when you fight in the physical realm, you're dealing with symptoms, not the cause. The cause is in the realm of the spirit. So don't be quick to process a divorce. Don't be quick to go for child support. Don't be quick to call parents both sides to talk. Utajiaibisha tu. Utajiaibisha vibaya. Kila parent ana defend mtoto wake depending on vile mtoto alisema stop. Bwana yako atasema huyo mama amenishinda. Ongeni na yeye. Sasa nichukue aje mama mwingine kama si kichwa yake ngumu? Aski chochote. Utaharibiwa jina hata wewe ushangae kwani nini nimefanya. Alafu atasema ongeni na msichana yenu. Kama hawezi kuwa, kama mko mfunza vizuri shauri yake. Don't be too quick for family mediations. Don't. Learn to shift into the spiritual. Fight your battles there. Bear in mind always that marriage and family suffers violence and constant attacks from the enemy. Understand it as a spiritual battlefield that must be fought spiritually for you to win. So shift today. Usiende nyumbani kupiga kelele. I know you're asking me, how do we penetrate the realm of the spirit? That's another topic I don't want to get into because it will disrupt the flow for tomorrow. But I might mention it tomorrow. If we get time, we'll talk about it. The only way to penetrate the realm of the spirit, mark it, only way. Only, capital letters, bold, underlined. The only way to penetrate the realm of the spirit is by prayer and fasting. There is no shortcut. Kuna ingine, anyo utasema, niko na diabetes, niko na pressure, niko na, ile ingine inaitwaje ile inauma tumbo, ulcers. Sasa kama bunduki moja ni moja tu na bullet ni moja. Sasa shetani ameenda amewekea wewe vitu mingi. ndio usitumie the only way. It is the only way. It's the only way. I remember when they brought in some young boy and kutoa mapepo wakashindwa, wanafunzi wa Yesu. Baba yake akasema elders wadono wameombea, yeye imekataa. Alafu Yesu akakuja akasema tu kitu moja, ikatoka. Alafu wakaenda huko ndani. Peter akasema Bwana, ile kitu wewe ni aje uliongea tu hivi na ikatoka. Si tumengangana siku mzima. Akasema hii haitoki tu na tumbo imejaa. Hii huwezi kula mtura na ukule inaitwa virenge inaitwa ngaje? Ukule ile soup. Hii huwezi jaza tumbo na uende. Hii inataka prayer and what? If you look at some Bible translations, they have pulled the word fasting. They've just indicated prayer. But look at the original translation. Prayer and what? Fasting. This was, the spirit world is not penetrated on a full stomach. The spirit world is penetrated on an empty stomach. So if you are afraid of fasting, Pastor Mina kuangana njaa ingine nikisikia natetemeka tu, hata machozi inaanza kutoka. Sasa unataka tukufastie. Pastor, ukifast nikumbuke kwa maombi yako. Saa ingine mnatupeleka mbio. Pastor, ukifast nikumbuke kwa maombi yako. Sasa unamkumbuka? Nasema tu Mungu acha nimkumbuke. Sasa hiyo kana fiamba kana kula. Yeye anajaza hata akumbuki ya kuambie Pastor uliniombea. Anajaza. Atakumbuka akifika kwa nyumba jioni akaona nyumba imekuwa mbaya. Sasa niliambia Pastor niombee, acha nimuulize kama aliniombea. Hii kitu hakuna mtu kukufastia. Tunasaidiana kufanya nini? Una fast huko na mimi na fast huko. Wengine tumekonda sababu tuko vita. Tungekuwa wanono tu kama nyinyi. Yule pastor na ubiri kama kondanga tu kila saa, kama parara. Tuko vita. Wewe niambie vita watu wanaendanga bado wanapaka makeup iko. Tuko vita battlefield. Niambie KDF gani wanabeba makeup? Niambie. Wale wa mama wa KDF. Na kuna vitu hatufai kwenda mbali. Tuende tu tutafute I think one day I will interview a KDF soldier. Mwanzo ukiendanga war unabebanga perfume. Ile time umeenda Mogadishu unabebanga perfume na lipstick na eyeliner. Ambeba hata saa ya kuoga ndiye hakuna. Hakunanga hata saa ya kuoga. Wanafanyanga passport. Sasa sembuse makeup. Utapaka makeup juu ya jasho. Wezi. Na sisi tuko kwa battlefield forever. Na style yenye mko warembo hata mtu hawezi jua mnapiga vita. Warembo mchana, usiku mnalia usiku yote. Siku yote mnalia. Pastor nimelia hata silalangi. Na hiyo kulia ndio imekuletea nini? Alsas. Hiyo stress. Letea alsas. Nyinyi jipambe, si tuko battlefield, tutatulia. Siku Mungu anatupatia rest kidogo hivi pia tutakuwa tu sawa. There's always rest, is it? If you read the story of Israel, the Bible says, and God gave them rest from their what? Enemies. There's a time for rest. Warfare is not forever. And when we shall rest, we will have time to redo ourselves. Tunaenda tuna exfoliate, tunatoa kidogo, na exfoliate, tunafanya facial, tunafanya pedicure, hatupaki hizo vitu mnapaka. Hizi za red, za yellow, za green hapana. Tunatoa cuticles na dead cells. Tafu tunarudi tunang'ara. Tunangoja wotu. Kini sasa wewe umeshinda salon miaka yote ni kama una hata ukisema bwana wangu alienda tunakuangalia vizuri sasa huyu akai mwenye bwana yake alienda. Mungu wabariki. Twende nyumbani. Hiyo shida iko hapo. Wacha kupigana na mzee yako. Wacha kupigana na bibi yako. Wacha vita na watoto. Adui wako ni shetani. Yeye ndiye anatengeneza hiyo vitu yote unaona kwa nyumba yako. Fuate huko. What are you in the realm of the spirit? Mwambie kwangu haukanyagi. Kwangu nimekata. Hapa utahama. Upende usi? Sasa unajua kila mambo ni matatu sasa kila mahali. Mambo ni urudi kwenu, si ndio? Uhame uende Kamiti ama uende wa mbinguni. Of course wa mbinguni wanamaanisha ukufi. Hiyo tu ndio mambo matatu. Naambia shetani uhame uende jela ama ukufi. Kwangu ufanye nini? Hata niliona ingine ya side chicks. Sema mambo ni matatu. Ile vitu tatu ilikuwa nini? Ya side chicks ilikuwa tatu. Ilikuwa moja ilikuwa nini ile? Kuna moja inasema usipige simu usiku. Si ndio? Alafu ingine ni remain anonymous. Alafu kulikuwa na ingine. Ziko tatu, mambo ni matatu ya side chick. Tatu. Remain anonymous, usipige simu masaa fulani ya usiku. Kuna ya tatu. Respect bibi wa kwanza. Hii Kenya ni mzuri sana. Hii Kenya ni tamu. So mambo ni matatu. Respect first wife. Usipige simu usiku. Remain anonymous. May the Lord bless us in Jesus' name. I pray you learn to shift into the realm of the Spirit. If we find time, we might talk about how to shift that. But otherwise, tomorrow I would want us to pick on a new series that I'm trying to perfect. Tusimame kwa maombi. We glorify your name. Our meeting here, you made it possible for us to gather as your children and feed from your word, build each other, inform each other, motivate, encourage, strengthen each other. It's you who has made it possible. We are in a real battlefield, even as we say it with some humor in it. The battle is real. The struggle is real. Make a special visitation in our homes and in our families as we engage in this warfare, knowing that victory is ours. And want to commit every family and marriage into your hands, that Lord, you will be the one to fight for us these battles. Someone is going home tonight. I pray when they get home, they will notice a difference in their homes because you have paid a special visitation. Take us home safely. Bring us back tomorrow as you continue to give us new insights, new truths. They're not new because you've never talked about them. They're new because we are finding them out for the first time. New revelations that you may deepen our understanding in your word on matters marriage and family, and give us the understanding and the wisdom to apply it. May your name forever be glorified. This is our humble prayer in Jesus' holy name. Amen.